Welcome to AI Chain Reaction, the podcast where we unpack the incredible world of artificial intelligence and automation. Each week, we're diving deep into the tech that's reshaping our lives, our businesses, and our future. From groundbreaking innovations and the latest industry news to practical strategies on how you can leverage AI automation for growth. We're covering it all. We'll be joined by leading experts, innovators, and thought leaders who are at the forefront of this digital revolution. Are you ready to explore how one small change can set off a massive chain reaction of progress? Then you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Welcome back to AI Chain Reaction, where we explore how small and mid-sized logistics providers can supercharge their operations with AI-powered tools. In this episode, we're digging into one of the most common headaches in logistics: manual status checks. We've all seen it. Someone on your team spends hours chasing down shipment updates from carrier websites, parsing tracking emails, and pasting info into spreadsheets.
Yeah, let me tell you about manual status checks. Every time I try and get into some work, I get a call for another check. And then I start getting into work again and getting into deep think, and then I get a call for another check. So I know all about these manual checks. And I've also seen some op folks as well with a second monitor just for carrier tabs. It's like a full-time job clicking on refresh to keep up with these.
Exactly. But instead of relying on manual work or traditional bots, today we're exploring how AI agents can handle these updates automatically, in real time, and even make sense of messy, unstructured info like free text emails or inconsistent web formats.
So we're skipping the bots that mimic mouse clicks and using smarter tools that actually understand what they're reading?
Right. AI isn't just automating clicks anymore. It can read an email about a shipment delay, extract the status and tracking number, and update your system automatically, even if the email format changes. And the best part? These solutions are increasingly accessible to small and mid-sized providers. So now let's get into some real-world examples, tracking through email using AI. Let's say you receive a daily flood of carrier update emails, some with tracking numbers, others with PDFs, or even plain English like, "Your pallet is delayed due to congestion at the terminal." An AI email agent using something like OpenAI's GPT, Claude, or even built-in models from services like Nyla's or Google Vertex AI can parse that email, identify the key details like tracking ID, delay reason, ETA, and push that data into a dashboard, a spreadsheet, or even an alert system.
So the AI is doing what a human would do, skimming the email, pulling out the relevant fields, maybe translating stuck in port into delayed into 2 days.
Exactly, and you can give it structure, ask it to extract specific fields like tracking number, carrier, status, or ETA, and have it return those as a JSON for your TMS or spreadsheet to ingest.
What about portals with no API? What if there's no API? Some terminals still run 2006 style web portals. Can AI help there too?
Yep, that's where Vision AI or web scraping with LLM enhanced logic comes in. You can use a headless browser like Playwright or Selenium, but with an AI layer on top that recognizes patterns visually, similar to how a human interprets a changing layout. Some companies are even training LLMs to browse a portal, understand DOM structure, and extract relevant info dynamically without needing hard-coded XPaths.
Nick, quick pause here. You mentioned something about DOM structure when talking about AI scraping from web portals. Can you break that down a bit? What exactly is the DOM? Why does it matter?
Great question. So the DOM, that's short for Document Object Model, is basically the blueprint behind every web page. Think of it like a tree diagram that shows how all the parts of a web page are organized, like buttons, tables, text, and images. Every element you see on a page lives in this structure as a node.
Got it. So it's like how a tracking number or a shipment status on a portal might be buried inside a table or a tag.
Exactly. When you use traditional bots like Selenium or Playwright, they dig through that DOM tree to grab specific info, usually by using something like an XPath or a CSS selector. But here's the catch. Those paths can break really easily if the web page layout changes, even slightly.
That explains why the bot sometimes miss updates or stop working suddenly.
Right. That's where AI-enhanced scraping steps in. Now, instead of relying only on hard-coded paths, you can have an LLM or even Vision AI interpret the page more like a human would. It can read the DOM, recognize patterns, and say, "This is where the ETA lives," or "That's the current status," even if the page structure has changed.
So you're saying this is like going from a rigid map to a flexible GPS, one that can adapt to changes on the road.
Exactly. It's like upgrading from following turn by turn written directions to using real time GPS that reroutes if the road is closed. These AI agents can dynamically adjust and still find the info, even when the layout shifts.
That's super helpful. I mean, I think we're getting to that predictive analytics part that we're talking about. I think a lot of our listeners are used to bots breaking when those website changes or something unrelated changes. Knowing there's a smarter way to keep it running is going to be a big win for everybody. So now that I understand DOM a little more, instead of saying click the third button on the left, AI says find the tracking number, then locate the ETA next to it.
Exactly. That adaptability makes these tools more resilient when websites change. And some early adopters are even exploring autonomous agents using frameworks like LangChain or AutoGPT that learn the flow over time and report anomalies.
It's getting smart. Nice work, Nick.
Yeah, thank you, Jordan. Next up, we're going to talk about Spreadsheet Syncing as a AI middle layer. Another place AI shines is syncing tracking info across spreadsheets or shared reports. If you receive updates via PDFs or CSVs, an AI agent can extract just the updated rows, compare them to a current sheet, and write back deltas, skipping the need for macros or manual merging.
I can just ask, update my shipment status tracker using the last 3 emails from UPS, FedEx, and that customs broker, and the AI fills in what's changed.
That's the idea. And with platforms like Google Apps Script and LLM or Zapier's AI Steps, you can integrate this flow without needing to write a single full stack app.
Wow, making it sound pretty easy.
Well, at Winters AI Solutions, that's what we do.
So, are there any gotchas on this? What if AI misreads the status or gets confused by ambiguous language or something kind of like that?
Great question. You'll want some guardrails in place.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's a good idea. Can you unpack that a little bit? What exactly are guardrails in this context? I'm thinking of a road, but this is going to be different.
Sure thing. Think of guardrails as the rules and boundaries we give AI to keep it focused and safe, kind of like bumpers in a bowling alley. In the case of scraping or tracking bots, guardrails help prevent the AI from doing things it's not supposed to do, like navigating to the wrong part of a site, pulling the wrong data, or hallucinating a response when the info is missing.
So, like, only pull data from this section, or if you don't see a tracking number, don't make one up. No hallucinations.
Exactly. You can instruct it only extract data from tables that include a known carrier name, never enter login credentials unless they're from a secure source. If expected data is missing, like an ETA or POD return, data not available instead of guessing.
So it's basically teaching the AI where the safe lane is and what to do when it hits the edge.
Right. And it's crucial, especially when working with customer-facing data or regulated info. Good guardrails reduce risk and improve accuracy. You can even build in alerts, like if the AI sees an unusual format or missing field, it flags it instead of processing it blindly.
Love it. Think I got it now. Guardrails make sure your AI doesn't go rogue and keeps the data clean. That's especially important when we get to where we're scaling across multiple carriers and multiple sites and customer portals, and anytime we're out of our pilot, right? When we really roll this out and people aren't watching every step of this thing.
Exactly. For example, you'll want a confidence threshold. If the AI isn't 90% sure it's parsed correctly, have it flag that task for review. You can also give it examples or few-shot prompts so it learns from real data. We'll cover this in our prompt engineering series too.
Nice. I'm glad we covered few shot prompting, and I did a little practice with it as well. That was back in episode 8, and I'm super glad we'll be covering this topic again. So what about securing data or throttling carrier queries?
That's always important. If you're building these AI tools in-house, make sure API keys are stored securely via environment variables or secrets managers, and avoid scraping or polling too frequently. AI agents are smarter, but still need governance like any automated system.
Great. Excellent points, Nick.
So let's recap what we've learned today. The key takeaways are AI agents can read, extract, and update shipment data from emails, PDFs, portals, or structured files. No manual parsing needed. The next one is natural language understanding lets AI adapt to inconsistent formats, even if the way status updates are phrased varies across carriers. Following that, we have guardrails are critical. Set confidence thresholds, maintain logs, and let AI escalate unclear inputs. And lastly, AI makes tracking scalable for small teams by reducing copy-paste work, speeding up exception handling, and improving accuracy. So if you're still manually tracking shipments across inboxes, spreadsheets, and portals, ask yourself, could an AI agent do that better and faster?
Nick, can you give us a few examples? Let me restart. Nick, can you give us an example tech stack that we can use to complete this pilot project?
Of course, if you're exploring how to build AI-powered shipment tracking, here are some tools and components that can help. No enterprise budget required. So first, you'll want to use email parsing and extraction tools like Mail Parser, Nylas, or Parsio. These can extract structured data from shipment update emails. Next, you'll want to use Google Apps Script and OpenAI API. These are DIY options to scan Gmail and extract tracking info using GPT. Following that, you will want to use Zapier AI or Make.com. These are low-code workflows to trigger actions based on email contents. For carrier portal automation, which would be an API, you would want to use Playwright or Selenium and LangChain. These will automate headless browsing with logic powered by LLMs. Up next, you'll want to use browser-based or human loop agent kit. These are early tools supporting autonomous web agents with AI guidance. Up next, you'll want to use Browser Automation Studio, also known as BAS, a visual scripting tool for scraping portals if AI control isn't needed yet. You'll want to use OpenAI or Claude.ai to parse emails, PDFs, or websites for shipping terms, tracking IDs, and status info. Google Vertex AI provides robust document AI and natural language processing APIs. And lastly, Haystack, which is open source for building retrieval and parsing pipelines over multi-format inputs. Up next, we'll talk about data sync and output destinations. Google Sheets or Airtable are easy for teams to manage and view tracking status. You can also use Supabase or Firebase. These are cloud databases to store tracking history. And lastly, Notion and Zapier or Make for no-code dashboards and logs. Up next, we have agent orchestration and monitoring. You can use tools like LangChain, AutoGen, or Crew AI. These are frameworks for chaining LLMs with decision logic, like check carrier site if delayed, or notify ops. You can also use Prompt Layer or OpenDevon, tools for logging and versioning your prompts and AI decisions. And lastly, you can use N8N, Zapier, or Make. These are low-code automation tools for integrating everything without heavy coding.
So one comment too, most of these tools are going to have a free tier so you can experiment without a huge investment, maybe even do your project, the pilot project without much investment at all. And then when you scale it up, that's when you maybe start to accrue a little cost there.
Right. And the beauty is you don't have to swap out your TMS or WMS. These tools just sit on top.
Try piloting a single use case. Example, pick one carrier and let AI handle the tracking updates for a week. Monitor accuracy and see how much time you save. And of course, reach out to us for any help.
Don't worry too. In the next episode, we're going to show you how to combine these agents with dashboards, alerts, team visibility tools to really go to that next level.
That's right. We're going from automation to orchestration. Stay tuned.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of AI Chain Reaction. Thank you so much for tuning in and exploring the incredible world of AI and automation with us. We hope today's discussion sparked some new ideas and gave you valuable insights into how these technologies are shaping our future. Don't let the conversation stop here. What was your biggest takeaway from this episode? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. For more resources and to learn how AI automation can transform your business, visit us at wintersaisolutions.com. Thanks again for being part of our community. Until next time, keep innovating and stay curious.